Pokemon Go Battle League. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but for Season 9, the avatar items they're giving out are based off of Leon, and it looks pretty good. And we're getting Leon's pose, which is phenomenal. I really want it. But big problem here, why not the cape? Come on, that's like the coolest part of Leon's outfit, and you're not gonna give us the cape? Also, if I hit Legend status, I have a chance of getting Shiny Libre Pikachu. I really wish that this video was mine, because quite frankly, if it was, I would have retired from PvP a long time ago. Now, there's a few reasons why I don't do PvP on the channel too often, and the big reason is because I get kind of heated during it, to be honest with you. Sometimes you do really good, and sometimes you do very terribly, which really hurts, especially when you lose ranks because of it. And also, oh boy, the lag in the game can really kill your interest pretty fast. But with that being said, let's do some PvP. And here's round number 1. I'm using a Politoed, a Galarian Berserker, and a Venusaur. All have pretty great moves, and we did decently throughout this one set, so let's go over real quick. Starting off with my Politoed, they had a Mandibuzz, which was not great, to be honest with you. Mandibuzz is a very tanky Pokemon, and with Snarl, as it clearly has there, it can charge very fast. On the upside, Politoed can charge fast too, but Weather Ball just doesn't do that much damage, unfortunately, and Foul Play does more damage. So I was a little bit worried in the beginning here, but I wanted to get that out of the way because that Mandibuzz would be very bad against my Venusaur, and you know, the Berserker unfortunately has Shadow Claw, Foul Play, and Close Combat as its moves, and really only Close Combat is really that useful against the Mandibuzz, and he still has his shields, and it lowers my defenses. It was just bad, so I thought, let's keep the Politoed in here, and let's just keep whittling him away, and hopefully we can get this out of the way and hope that he doesn't have something that I would need the Politoed for. So, yeah, I mean, it went pretty well, you know, it went exactly how you thought it would. You know, the Politoed, in the end of the day, ended up losing, but we got this all the way down to the red with this Weather Ball here, which was phenomenal. He chose to switch into a Gengar, though, which let me switch into my Berserker with Shadow Claw. And as you can see, I did a lot of damage, and I decided to waste some shields here, because I knew Shadow Punch was coming, but this next one that I do after the Foul Play, I'm very glad I chose to do it, because he chooses to shield. I start, you know, farming some energy here, and this one right here, I was considering whether or not to actually use the shield, but I did it, and thankfully I did, because Shadow Ball would have wrecked me, and that would have been very bad. But now I have my Berserker, and he throws out his Mandibuzz, which is going to throw a Foul Play, I believe is what he did here. Yes, and it does damage, but I have enough for another Foul Play, and I didn't think he was going to use his last shield because it's so close to being dead. And then he has Stunfisk, and I choose to throw the Close Combat, hoping that he would waste a shield on it, and funnily enough, he chooses not to, so I immediately switch into my Venusaur, because I know that 2 Earthquakes can take out a Venusaur. Venusaur is part poison, so it's not exactly the best situation to have for him. So, you know, we just kept going with it. He throws an Earthquake, and I just hope upon hope that we get this. And sure enough, the Frenzy Plant comes off, and we got him. And that was round 1, and that's a victory. Round 2, we've got a win in our belt. We're doing all right. Again, we're starting off with Politoed, and they have Gallade. Now, Gallade is bad because it does have Leaf Blade, so we decide to switch into the Galarian Berserker. But then I think to myself, I should use a shield because Close Combat is a thing, and that would have been very bad and would have wiped me out. But this is no better, really. This is a Typhlosion that has Incinerate. It's doing a lot of damage, but luckily we're able to get off quite a few moves. I decided to throw a Close Combat to get some extra damage, but he chooses to shield twice, which was insane to me. So it was cool. We got rid of his shields, and now we have a water type that also has Earthquake. I should have just thrown the Earthquake, to be honest with you. But there we go. We do that, and he throws a move, and I thought to myself, this could be Solar Beam, so I decided to use my shield, and sure enough, it was one. So I was very happy that we managed to do that. Now he has no shields at all, and I have plenty of energy, so I decided to throw off a nice little Weather Ball here, hoping it would do more damage than it did, and then I decided we should throw the Earthquake because there's a good chance that he would get to a Leaf Blade and do a lot of damage. And then we got the last Pokemon, which I believe at the moment, as you can see here, I think they quit. Yeah, it was a Charizard. Because, as you can see here, it's gonna take a while for this to go through, so I think they just actually, like, rage quit, like, force quit the app, because I'm just sitting here for an eternity trying to get this victory. I hate it when this happens. I really wish the game would be like, yeah, this person rage quit or whatever and would let me go through, but it's built in the game so that if your game crashes or whatever, you have extra time to get back into the app so they don't get a lot of energy and you have a chance of winning. But yeah, there we go, boom. We take out the Charizard, and that's our victory. 2 wins and we're doing pretty good. Now we're fighting Junkun, I believe is the name. And now we gotta go against an Umbreon. And Umbreon is very tanky and charges very fast. So it's another Mandibuzz situation, basically, where they can throw a lot of foul plays off, but luckily I can throw a lot of Weather Balls. And this thing is not great for me, so I think, you know, let's try to whittle this away, and hopefully, again, we don't need this Politoed later down the line, because the Berserker's not gonna do too much, though it does have Close Combat. This person will have shields too, so they will definitely block the Close Combats. So I decided to throw an Earthquake here, hoping that we can get at least a shield, but we end up just going neutral in terms of the damage that we've put on each other, really. And then I just start spamming these weather balls out, hoping that I catch them with just enough time. Because I want to get rid of this Umbreon. This Umbreon is going to be an issue if this stays here. But as you can see, try to build up there, but they're about to throw a foul play, and I just let it go through. I'm just like, all right. At this moment, there's no point. It doesn't take me out, but they had another one ready to go, which is good, because now they're just going to waste energy on that. And then we throw in Venusaur, and we take it out before it can get to its second move, which I think could have been Psychic, so it would have been bad. And this was a great switch. I'm so glad that they chose to throw out the Machamp, because Machamp is not very effective against me. Since I'm Poison, fighting-type moves don't do a lot. But for safety's sake, I'm like, we should probably keep this alive. So I started throwing some Frenzy Plants, hoping to take this out, because this is a very glassy Pokemon. A Frenzy Plant will do a ton of damage to a Shadow Champ. And as you can see, it just keeps going. I actually waste a shield here. I shouldn't have used this shield, but I thought it could have been Rock Slide, which would have been neutral. But then we get another Frenzy Plant and we take out Machamp. So it works out really good. That's gone. And then the last Pokemon was a Jellicent. And by this point, we're already set. It is a Water and Ghost type. I'm going to throw a Grass move here, and my Berserker resists pretty much everything it has and has Shadow Claw. And in the end of the day, they just throw a Bubble Beam without even swiping. And then they top left and they pretty much quit. Number 4, we're feeling confident now. We got 3 wins on our belt here, and we got a Scrafty. Now, Scrafty is a fast-charging Pokemon because it has Counter, and it also has Power-Up Punch and Foul Play, which can be a devastating combination for you, and it would be very bad against my Berserker. So I decided to keep this in, and I keep the Venusaur off to the side because I think we don't really need to worry about it. But so far, we're not doing so well in terms of damage, so I throw an Earthquake, thinking they're probably going to shield this, but luckily they don't, and I'm very happy that this is very close to being gone because this will cause issues for me. I decided not to waste a shield here because I thought it was a Power Punch, and sure enough, it was, luckily. And then we try to wipe this thing out, and they did shield it. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. So we're good on shields, but now we have to deal with a Scraggy. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I should have used my shield here, because Foul Play with a Power-Up Punch does a lot of damage, and we could have farmed a little bit more and not had any damage on us. Because now they have a Scavalier, and Scavalier resists all my moves. Literally every single move I have on this thing, it's just not good. And against my Berserker, this is just a bad situation. So unfortunately, it just doesn't work out too well. It takes out our Venusaur, and then they have a Grand Bull. I don't know why they switched in. They could have just taken out the Berserker, but I decided to go for the energy gains, hoping to take out a shield or something like that, but sadly, as you can see, they don't fall for it. I use my shield because this is a close combat. Yeah, that would have devastated me. Try to get some more energy because they lost some defense, but they still have 1 shield left, and I have not enough HP to survive to get to 3 charge moves. Because as you see, that Foul Play did great, but they're about to use their last shield here, and there it is, and then they just counter me down. That's a loss. Okay, final battle time. We're going 3-1 so far. Hopefully we can pull off this final win here. We got the Politoed. It's charging up really fast against the Charizard, but as you saw, that Charizard was swinging before it even hit 1, which was pretty weird, but it is what it is. We just keep trying to build up energy. I'm like, okay, either way, Blast Burn or Dragon Claw, it's not going to do too much. He switches into a Nidoqueen, and I think to myself, well, this isn't the worst thing. It's weak against water, so whatever, right? So I just keep going with the Weather Balls, hoping to whittle it down and get rid of it, but I knew I was going to take at least 1 Poison Fang. They always throw a Poison Fang because it just charges so quickly. So I think to myself, we don't need to block this, whatever. So we take the Poison Fang, and then I switch into the Venusaur, thinking to myself, well, maybe the Venusaur, since it'll be able to be neutral with being a poison type, but also being grass, and then, throw a Frenzy Plant, take out the Nidoqueen like such, there we go, and then he throws in the Charizard, and I am a fool here. I think to myself, you know what? No, we got the Politoed. I don't need to block this. I should have blocked it. I totally should have. Because he immediately switches into a Shadow Machamp. He has a shield, and as you can see, Weather Ball did nothing. He whittles down my Politoed, and then all I have is a Berserker left that unfortunately is very weak to a Shadow Machamp, and there's no way I'm going to get 3 charge moves off to take this out in time and have enough for the Charizard in the back, who also has fire moves. So I already knew that I had lost this game, and that I should have kept that Venusaur alive, but sadly, you make these mistakes and you learn from them, but there could have been a good thing in the back that would have gotten me, like, a good win, but sure enough, no. Well, we didn't do that great near the end there, but at least we got 3-2, so that is positive on the upside, so let's just claim these little things here. What's this reward gonna be? A Drifblim. Definitely not exactly what I was hoping for. I was definitely hoping for another Rufflet encounter, but that's fine, I guess. Now let's claim our ranked rewards. Yeah, we are not doing too great. Hopefully we can do better, but honestly, I really don't like Ultra or Master League that much, so we'll see. I want to go further with it, and if you guys are enjoying these kind of videos, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to make more of this stuff, because I do enjoy PvP quite a bit, and I do it on my live streams on Twitch, which also there's a link in the description box below for you guys to check out. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy PvP a little bit more, and maybe I'll do more content like this, but I just need you guys to let me know. As you saw there, having a shiny Pokemon in your team does not give you any extra power boosts. Shinies are nothing but cosmetic, but I like having flex teams like that, and that team's not bad. Admittedly, I think I could make it a little bit better, and I should just be using XL Pokemon that I have, but nonetheless, it's a decent team, but it definitely has its faults. Now that we're done with PvP, let's just go over some of the shinies I've gotten recently, starting off with the Mint Monkey. We got ourselves a shiny Mankey, and I'm really down with it. I mean, it's cool. I hadn't seen one of these in a very, very long time, so it was cool to run into it. Plus, its IVs were pretty bad like usual, so, you know, nothing new there. But then we ended up getting ourselves another shiny Azelf, which was interesting. I'm totally down with it, you know, it's like, whatever. I think I got this on a live stream, or maybe I didn't, actually. No, I think I got it later at night. Yeah, I don't think we got any shinies during the last live stream. But anyways, yeah, it was cool to run into it, and it's not great, as you can tell. And then, lastly, we got another shiny Pidove. Don't know why, but I'm totally down. I was just chilling with Ivan and just hanging out, and sure enough, we got I think this is a 9, 15, 12? We're getting decently good shiny IV Pidoves, which is pretty neat, but yeah, all in all, it was a good time. And also, speaking of good times, thank you to everybody who showed up during the raid hour for Azelf. We got a lot of people raids. Didn't get everybody, unfortunately, but we got a lot of people raids because, man, there was just so many people. So yeah, every time I go live, which is pretty consistently, come on in, and if you want an Azelf raid and there's one nearby, let me know, and I'll get you in that raid, hopefully. And we're gonna wrap up the video here. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon, and also comment down below, do you like these PvP videos? Yes or no? Please, I'd like to know. And also, how are you doing with the Lake Guardians? Hopefully you're doing well. A lot of you guys last video told me that you guys had gotten at least a couple of them, so that's amazing. So yeah, let me know in those comments down below. And if you really enjoy the content and you want to help the channel grow even more, there's a link to my Patreon in the description box below. But with that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.